So I promised everybody I'd do some videos with some animals. I got quite a few of them. It's going to take quite a few videos to get through them. But really, this is the coolest part of what I do. So picked out a couple of animals to show off. The link's not going to be apparent right away, but I'm going to get to that in a little while. The first thing I got here is an adult male corn snake. And I mean, I'll be the first to tell anybody, I'm not really a corn snake guy. My colubrid collection is very limited, but he is beautiful. I know there's anery and a few other things in here. Ton of fun to have out. The kids love them. And I mean the belly on this animal. It's iridescent and speckled. And his colors are, black snakes are very cool. And this is a little more up my alley. I have more than a couple of ball pythons. This happens to be a very hissy pastel, male, adult. I don't know if you can hear him. He protests everything I do. He's never bit me. He just, this is the most talkative ball python I have in this room. Yeah, and for a pastel, not so browned out. One of the simplest morphs out there. And there's probably more of these guys on the market than just about anything. And we got this boy, the hypo bi boa constrictor imperator. And he's just a hypo. Same as the pastel. Hypo is kind of the pastel of the boa world. Pretty much an adult male here. And he's a pretty good size. I got a few about this size. I like them because they're easy to take out and handle. They're easy to care for. They don't need 20-foot long enclosures to keep them well. And so docile. Oh, and he just wants to hold on. And there's a very good chance that I'm going to regret that I picked this boy out. We're going to try anyways. He's exceptionally happy to see me right now. As everyone can see as he flails around. This is a sub-adult. Blood, who tends to pee on me every single time I have him out when he's not trying to strike at me. And I have said I really like angry snakes, and there's a chance this guy's about to bite me. But phenomenal animal, which he is going back in here for right now. Oh, let's take something back out. I'm going to take this corn back out. I love that blood. He has so much personality. He hasn't got me yet. He tries though. This is much more the speed of most people. And I mean, I'm going to do a video about angry snakes. That blood's going to come back out, and another one of my bloods, and some of my carpets. I said there's a connection between all of these animals. And there's a very distinct connection between these four animals. And that is, all four of them were surrendered to me. The hypoboa was dropped off with me at a show in Abbotsford by someone very desperate. He cared for it. He took really good care of it. It was a really healthy snake. He had very good reasons for needing to rehome it, and he was a little heartbroken. But it had to happen. It had to happen that day, and the easiest thing to do was to bring him home. The pastel ball python, I named him Spike. I brought him home from a lady that was doing her best. Once upon a time, he was mite infested, and he was so emaciated that his spine, his body was shaped like a pyramid. She tried, he wasn't putting on weight, and hence the name Spike. His spine was sharp. He's one of the most enthusiastic feeders in this entire house. He put on weight. He's healthy. He is an amazing animal. The Angry Blood was dropped off with me. He'd gone through three owners in the course of about 6 weeks, I believe. Came to me with 2 layers of stuck eye caps. He'd been here 2 weeks before he shed. One piece, eye caps and all. I don't think he'll ever stop being feisty. And this corn snake, I know who owned this corn snake. I know who bred this corn snake. They sold it to someone who brought it home and was threatened with eviction, and he had to leave right away. She dropped him off with me after a very short period of time with him. And she was really sad about it. She was really excited to have a snake, and it didn't pan out. And this boy will live out his years with me. Now, in the past, I've been very vocal about fake rescues. This is only 4 animals in my collection. Believe me, there are more animals here that I have taken in. Some of them will live out their lives with me because that was the deal I had. Some of them will get rehomed at some point in time to responsible owners. I'm not a rescue. If you're watching this, you're not a rescue. I see so many ads begging for money, GoFundMe campaigns. I need $1,000. I need $10,000. I need $50,000 to put towards my rescue and educational business. And not one of them is registered. Not one of them is a nonprofit. Ads on Used Victoria, ads on Craigslist, Kijiji. Please donate to me any ranimals. I run a rescue. I'd like you to donate me your unwanted animals. That is such bullshit. A rescue doesn't want your animals. If you call yourself a rescue, you do not want your animals. If you bought an animal, you didn't rescue it. You bought an animal. It was in bad shape. You bought an animal in bad shape. If you have a house full of animals that were rescued, perhaps you did rescue them. You are still not a rescue. You are a keeper, a collector that happens to have filled their collection with animals that came from bad circumstances. Until you make the steps to become a rescue, you are not a rescue. Fake rescues are such a scab on the community. If you need to say you rescued an animal to feel better about yourself, great. If you go out and rescue animals, I admire you. I commend you. I think that this is something that needs to happen. The word rescue has been so overused, so polluted, that it doesn't mean what it should. The importance is not there. Rescues are a necessary evil in our community. In British Columbia, the BCRC is currently setting up an extensive rescue and foster system, which is, to say the least, something I am behind 100% with everything I have. I will support this. I will do everything I can to help it. And I encourage you, if you are in BC and you want to be involved with rescue, you want to tell people you rescue animals, it is an amazing feeling to give an animal in need a home. I implore, please step up. Reach out to the BCRC. Ask them to become a foster. Take the appropriate steps. If you're in BC, if you're not in BC, if you are in BC, you want to become a rescue, believe me, there is no lack of need. But we need legitimate rescues. We need people that have taken the appropriate steps. We need it done properly. I wish that there was a way to shut down the animal hoarders posing as do-gooders. 9 times out of 10, those people's animals claiming they rescued them end up back in a rescue, or even worse, with another person claiming to be rescuing them. I show these animals. These are healthy animals, and they weren't all healthy when they got here. Some of them have taken a lot of work. Some of them take money. They take vets. They take time. It's a subject that I am very opinionated about. I'm very vocal about, and I will never stop being vocal about it. I have no problems with people doing the right thing. I have no problems with people wanting to, but rescue. Oh dear God, please bring home animals. Bring home as many animals as you can handle within your budget, within your means, within your time. If you want to keep 100 snakes, keep 100 snakes as long as you can keep up with it. Stop asking for handouts. Stop throwing the word rescue around. Stop staining something so that people look down on those that have put in the time to do it legitimately. And asking me about my big snake. I'll see you in the next video.